News segment time. The news. All right, I saw this article. Oh God, it's been. I don't remember how much time. Anyways, okay, so this isn't the same article, but it's by the same news outlet, CBS News. So a reliable news source. U.S. farmer calls claim he plotted to kill Ukrainian official in an attempt to cover up political corruption. The second part I really don't give a crap, but this U.S. farmer plotted to kill a Ukrainian official. You gotta hear this story. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, I am.
All right. So Kurt Kohasels, I don't know how you say that, from Ashley, North Dakota, moved to Ukraine in 2017, and then while he was there, he was like he wants to explore his family heritage, and he wanted to invest in Ukraine's agro-industrial sector. Anyways, he hired this guy named Roman Leshko. Let's call him Checo. Anyways, to manage his farming business. From that day, okay, so on day 4 of hiring Letko, the guy began to withdraw this U.S. guy's working capital and used his seeds on his own lands. All right, so this is just some guy, right? Anyways, at some point, Letko made a giant contribution, $250,000, to the political party led by Vladimir Zelensky, who would later become the current Ukrainian president. Anyways, Vladimir appoints Letko, the guy that the U.S. farmers guy that he hired to help him with the farm. So Vladimir appoints Letko to the country's Ministry of Agriculture, Agrarian, Food and Policy. Can you? Okay. And then the guy gets pissed because the government's only going to give him $250,000 because that's the amount of cash that was spent. But he wants $1 million because he used soybeans and corn and use of machinery, blah, 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 blah. The guy gets pissed. The government says, do you realize who the hell you're suing? You're suing the Ministry of Agriculture or whatever. And the guy's like, yeah, I know who I'm suing. Anyways, he makes this confusing plot. Some person gets poisoned. It gets confusing. Anyways, the guy gets arrested for plotting to kill a Ukrainian official. This guy. I think just the craziest part is, all right, this is the equivalent to your neighbor in your apartment, all right, being appointed to the head of the USDA tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right? Just some guy, right? You just met this guy, and you asked him to help you with your farm, and then the next thing you know, he's the head of agriculture in the country. Now, apparently, this $250,000 was a bribe, not an actual campaign contribution. At least that's what Kurt, the U.S. farmer, is claiming anyways. His sister is claiming anyways. But the rest of the story I don't really care about the rest of the story. I just think it's crazy that just this guy, you just meet this random guy, and he becomes... He's just like, yeah, you're freaking director of agriculture now. For $250,000, may I add. $250,000. Like, what? That's nothing. Right? Like, in U.S. terms, like, $250,000 is not going to get you elected to president of the United States. Maybe governor of Nebraska. But president of the United States, no way. Which is crazy. Absolutely ridiculous. Well, I guess that kind of reminds me of this Democrat who ran for president. and he dumped so much of his own money into the campaign, and ended up it was Bloomberg. He dumped so much money into his campaign, ended up losing, that he could have given each person in the U.S. like $30. With something stupid like that. No, not 30. Sorry, it had to be like. No, yeah, $30. That'd be like $3 billion. So, that's pretty cool. Psh. Anyways, what do you think about this story?
To be honest, I kind of don't care.
What? You don't care that it's just this guy gets so pissed off that he decides to murder him?
I mean, happens all the time.
Great.
Does it affect my life? I don't think so.
I mean, do you think you'd ever get to the point where you wanted to murder somebody? Because so somebody stole $250,000
Are
from
you asking if I've ever considered murdering someone?
Yes, and please state your name, social security number, and address into the microphone clearly.
Oh my god.
This is a recording for the U.S. government. Please continue.
No, I've never considered.
Yeah, but, I mean, okay. Murder aside. I mean, wouldn't you be pretty pissed if somebody took $250,000 from you?
Who has that kind of money?
A lot of people.
I am not one of them.
Well, I didn't say you were.
I think it'd be better if you compared that to, like, how much money that is of his savings. Like, let's say this guy was a millionaire, right? He had $1 million to his name. So that's like stealing 25%. So then I could think, okay, what's 25% of how much money I have?
Quickly does math.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of money. Quite a bit of money. That's a quarter of all the money I own. Just
You're not wanting to share what
gone.
how much you actually make. I love how you just like, well, yep, it's a quarter of how much I got.
That's what I said. That's literally a quarter gone.
Yeah, I know, that's...
One George Washington coin gone.
Oh, that's all you have, $1 to your name?
I have $1. What do you think I meant? I have $1 to my name. One George Washington coin gone.
Oh, so when I asked you that question, you only had to make $1 stretch the rest of the freaking like week? That was all your money? You were only giving me $1. Hold on, wait a minute. You were gonna give me $1, and I was gonna give you $100,000 back, and you're like, nah, bro.
Nah. Fam, we good.
I asked you, can I have $1, and that I'll give you at least the $1 back.
Nah, fam, we good.
I'll remember to never ask you for a loan. I will remember that. That's a fair point. Did you ever... Neil deGrasse Tyson made a good point about that.
About what?
Oh, where he was like... He said, what's the lowest amount of coin? What's the smallest coin you'd pick up from the street? Penny,
pick
nickel,
up any coin.
Dime. Well, you and I would pick up...
If I found a quarter, that's 25% of my savings. I'd take that thing and run.
Right. Well, anyways, Neil deGrasse Tyson, he was just like, I don't remember what he said, but I think he said like a dime or something, okay? And he said a dime is like this percent of my income, right?
Oh, he said how much he made then.
Well, okay, because it's all part of the thing. He's like, okay, so a dime is...
Well, how much is it? I want to know how much the man made.
I don't know. This was a while ago. Well, anyways, so he's like, this
No.
is like a dime or whatever. It was a certain percentage of my income, okay? So he's like, if we equate that out to Bill Gates, right? Because Bill Gates at the time was the richest man in the world. He's now just some plebeian. Nobody cares about him. Anyways,
Plebeian.
yes, nobody cares.
This
Bill Gates
is-
is poor now. Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos all the way. Anyways, oh, and the guy who owns Gucci. Oh no, sorry, Louis Vuitton, not Gucci. That guy. That guy's pretty rich. Arnold, I think, is his name.
Yeah,
Then
yeah.
one of the Google owners as well. He's pretty rich right now. Those 4 people.
Oh,
Anyways,
Larry Page.
I don't. Is it Larry? Well, let me look here. Richest person in the world. Where's Forbes? Oh, here we go. Here's their live counter. Holy crap! Elon took a hit. He's still rich. Oh, wow! Jeff Bezos is number 3. Yeah, screw you. Anyways. Okay, Bill Gates is richer than I thought. Oh, it is Larry Page. Oh, this is, the Sergey Brin, though. He's also in Google. These two must have, like, Google split by, like, a certain percentage. Anyways. That or Larry's much better at picking stocks than, Brin. Anyways. Oh, Larry Ellison. This guy, I don't even know what the hell this guy even does. He, like, sold some software, and now he's worth $100 billion. He's literally one of the richest people who have ever walked the face of the planet, and all he did was, like, sell, like, some rando piece of software that nobody's ever heard of.
Who?
Larry Ellison. I had never heard of the guy. I don't even know who Stu Ballmer is either. Anyways. Larry Ellison, nobody knows who he is. Just some dude. He sold some software and now he's worth like a crap ton of money. Oh, Elon Musk is 50. Anyways, okay.
Oh. So when you use that ratio from.
Yeah, it literally just says software. Like what? So vague. Oh wow, a lot of India, France.
Oh, I bet we could calculate it. Okay. So
Well, anyways, so he was.
0.25 is to X as.
Well, anyways, so he was like, all right, a dime is the smallest amount I pick up or whatever. And he was like, that's this percent of my income. Okay? If Bill Gates had this percent of his income.
Wait. What is his income?
Bill Gates?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to pull it back up.
Pull it up. I want to calculate how much Neil makes according to this and compare it to what Google says.
Okay, Bill Gates is currently worth. Oh, this is net worth, I think it was. Not actually how much he owns. It was his net worth. Anyways, Bill Gates is currently worth $133.8 billion.
133.8. All right. And then I need to decide if this is either a quarter or a dime.
Well, anyways, so he was like,
Oh no! He said 50 billion. That's how much wealth 50 billion is. When was this?
This was a long time ago.
Oh, this was in 2018. So then I got to use 50 billion because they say 50 billion.
I told you this was a long time ago. Anyways, so he was like,
We're gonna compare 50 billion to 45,000.
he's like, how much would be?
And
how,
he said a quarter he's picking up every time. And he said a dime if he's not in a hurry. And he said a dime if he's not in a hurry. Bill Gates, he said, I'm too busy. Let someone else get that. So we'll say a dime for him. So if we take 50 billion, 50, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Well, anyways, so he does the math and he equates it out to like a stupidly large amount of money sitting on the ground is what Bill Gates would pick up.
Times that by 0.1. Then divide by 45. He has
How did you find this?
$111,000.
Okay.
Let's see. Is how much is so according to this, Neil deGrasse Tyson has $111,000.
Okay.
Neil deGrasse
Anyways, long story short, there was a
Tyson
stupid amount of
net.
money that Bill Gates got to pick up off the ground. Like, more than either of us would
Now
probably
this
make.
thing says okay, well see this is his net worth. It says his net worth is 5 million.
Well, I don't know. This was 2018.
His salary is $500,000 a year. $500,000.
To work
What
at
is
the
he get
Hayden Planetarium?
You work at the planetarium, he gets $500,000.
Good God, I wish I... Well, he also... Maybe it's also royalties and stuff.
Yeah, I suppose. Well, I guess he also has books and stuff.
I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of other income. He's not poor.
The man's well off.
Yeah, the man is not poor.
The man has money.
The man's got more money than you or I will have, so...
We'll ever see in a lifetime.
Well, I don't know about
well,
that.
What, you think you'll see a $500,000 paycheck in your... $500,000 in your bank account? As much as I'd like to see that, which I'm just trying to be realistic, I don't think I will. I mean, of course, obviously you can make the statement that, no, with that attitude, yeah, you won't, because it's all in the mindset, you know.
I mean, I was talking to my investor today, so...
Half your income is 50% mental or whatever, you know.
Anyways.
Whatever you put your mind to.
I mean, I was talking to my investor today, so...
And did he say something similar?
What?
About...
I'm not sharing that.
What?
Not on the podcast.
I'm not saying money. I'm saying, did he talk about how your mentality determines how much money you make?
Oh, no. We were just talking about how much money I have.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about that.
Well, you said if I'll ever see $500,000. And I'm like, I talked to my investor today.
No, but I started rambling about how it's, you know, I may never see that money, that amount of money.
Bro, if you never see that amount of money
mental.
in your life, you will never retire and you will die working on batteries.
If I don't have $500,000, well, I suppose
$500,000 is.
That is, see, it's one of those things where it really isn't that much money over 20 years that you plan to retire on.
Yeah.
20, 30 years. Because, you know, if you plan on retiring, you know, average is what, 65? So
Are you really going to want to live? Do you really want your last 20 or 10 years, let's say, 10 years? Do you really want your last 10 years nickel and diming to death?
No, you need, that's my point. See, you need more like 20 to 30. I mean, sure, average life expectancy is, 75, but what happens if you live to be 90? You don't want to have to go back to work because you lived longer than you expected.
Right, do you really want to live your last days nickel and diming to death?
Exactly. That's my point where it's
literally nickel and diming to death.
That's my point, though. It's like, yeah, I said I may never see that money in my life, but, $500,000 really isn't that much money over a 20, 30-year span.
It's not that much money over a 10-year span.
Let's see.
$50,000 a year.
That's more money than I could ever spend in a year.
No.
Do you know how much money I spend in a year? Like a fifth.
That's what you currently spend. You don't even know. You don't even know.
I know how much money I spend. I've already lived for a year without my parents.
50,000.
I know how much.
Yeah, but like we're working with pennies and dimes here. We've got the crappiest insurance known to man. Well, you might have the crappiest insurance known to man. I have no idea. But you might have better insurance than me. I have no idea. Point is, anyways, we don't exactly have the most glamorous vehicles. We don't have the most glamorous.
What's your point?
My point is, there's a whole swath of things that you have yet to tap into that once you have them, you'll be like, damn. I'm never going back.
Yeah, and exactly. So my point is, my life right now is practically nickel and diming compared to the future, and I'm not even spending a fifth of that amount in a year because I've already lived a year on my own.
Right. Think about it. Like, think about where you're living.
What's your point?
Well, like,
I think it's nickel and diming compared to the future.
Well, no, okay, so no, you said he's like, I don't even know how to begin to spend $50,000 a year, and I'm like, it's pretty damn easy. First things first, find a different place to live,
80%.
drive a different vehicle, buy better food, healthier food, have more, go out more, and plus you gotta think you're not working during this.
Yeah, but you also
have to remember that.
I'm also 80 years old. Do I need all those things?
You go traveling.
Does Grandpa really need a Ferrari? I guess no, I shouldn't be called. Does Uncle really need a Ferrari?
Of course Uncle needs a Ferrari.
Why does Uncle need a Ferrari?
So that Uncle can pick up chicks.
Why?
Because Uncle is still single. Because that's why Uncle has money.
But does Uncle care?
Of course Uncle cares.
Why?
It's booty.
What?
What is this conversation?
That's what I want to know. What are you talking about?
It's booty. That's why Uncle cares. I think it's time for the third segment. Let this one die.
Probably.
Yes. We'll end it at that. Uncle needs booty. What are we gonna title that? Uncle needs booty. Well, okay, hold on. Alright, hold on. So, title of the second segment, Uncle Needs Booty. Okay, if my pen will work.
What? What?
Alright, and then, we'll come back to this for, like, what the whole thing will be titled, but, definitely second segment will be Uncle Needs Booty.